Leonardo was born on November 11th, 1974. His mom was a German immigrant and his dad was a comic book writer. Leonardo grew up in LA and times were tough. For the majority of his life, him and his family lived in poverty. Starting from a young age, Leonardo was exposed to drugs and prostitution because he grew up in a dangerous part of town. This made it hard for him to make friends. When Leonardo was a toddler, his parents began to fight. His dad ended up moving out and his parents ended up getting a divorce. This made his life a lot more difficult than it already was. After the divorce, Leonardo moved in with his mother, but he also still kept a close relationship with his father after he moved out. Because Leonardo wasn't interested in the other things that the other children his age were, he took an early interest in creativity and acting. Soon after, Leonardo became very successful. He started to perform and he would make up his own characters and skits. Soon, Leonardo started to become known in Hollywood. He was auditioning for parts and being put into movies. Because Leonardo was becoming more famous, more people were watching him. He struggled a lot with keeping his own image and being himself. Leonardo received praise from many critics, but also a lot of criticism. He struggled a lot with being in the spotlight. As Leonardo became more and more famous, he received his first Academy Award nomination, and this was a very exciting moment in his life. Unfortunately, Leonardo did not win the nomination. It was an honor, but he was very disappointed. After not receiving the nomination, he became extremely focused on his work even more than he already was. He quickly became a world-famous celebrity. Because of Leonardo's popularity, many women would swoon over him. But seeing all the drugs and prostitution that he experienced when he was little made it very difficult for him to keep a relationship. In 2016, Leonardo received his first Oscar. He dedicated his speech to the environment and our rights. Leonardo begins to use his success to help others and the environment. He hosted Earth Day and was the founder of a non-profit organization that helps support many environmental awarenesses. Leonardo continues to struggle with his relationships. He dated many models throughout the years and is known for his on and off relationships. He begins to question whether his life was successful and if all the work was worth it. He wants to find a life partner and hopefully start a family. Leonardo reconnects with one of the women from his past relationships. Her name was Erin. After falling in love, Leonardo decides that it is time to retire. He wants to dedicate the rest of his life to saving the environment. Leonardo proposes to Erin and they get married. Because they're too old to start a family, they decide to adopt children. After hard work of finding children to adopt, they find two twins from Ethiopia, a boy and a girl. Although Leonardo stopped making movies, he was still in the spotlight because of his past success. Him and his wife begin to fight because of this. Leonardo and Erin solve their differences, and they enjoy watching their children grow up together. After his children move out, Leonardo decides to go back to what he loves doing, acting. He reappears in a few last movies. When Leonardo was 84, he loses his wife. This was very hard for him and his family, and it took a toll. On January 10th, 2061, Leonardo dies at 87.
Created using Powtoon.